Can we measure the human experience? I know that sounds like a strange question. How could we possibly measure something so subjective? Well, I decided to give it a shot, and in this video, I'll tell you what I came up with. As a therapist and a researcher, this is a question that I spend a lot of time thinking about, because if we want to better understand people or how change happens and ultimately improve therapy, we need ways to measure aspects of the human experience. Now, the aspects of the human experience that constructed awareness explores are what we call the three building blocks. CA teaches that the conscious human experience is constructed from three building blocks. That's thoughts, sensations, and external sense perceptions. And also teaches that people naturally rely on these building blocks to regulate themselves, to connect with others, and to navigate life in general. In CA, we call this reliance orientation. Some people tend to be more mentally oriented. They rely primarily on their thoughts, and others are more sensation oriented, so they rely more on their bodies. And others are more externally oriented, relying more on their environment. And that raises an interesting research question. Could those differences actually be measured? And to explore that question, I developed the Constructed Awareness Scale, or the CAS. And the goal was to measure patterns of how people orient to those three building blocks and to identify a person's orientation style across different situations. Now, recently, our first study on the development of the CAS was published. And then last month, I completed my dissertation, which provided initial validation of the CAS. Now, like any new measure, the CAS will continue to be refined and studied over time, but for me, the findings represent something exciting. Together, the studies provide encouraging evidence that those three building blocks of mind, body, and external, they appear to be distinct and measurable. So let me ask you, what's your primary orientation? Are you primarily mentally oriented, sensation oriented, or externally oriented? If you'd like to find out, you can take the Constructed Awareness Scale at constructedawareness.scale.com. Now, there's a link in the description. It only takes about 2 minutes, and you might learn something new about yourself. So until next time, take care.